Hi, this is Yvonne McNary for Central Kentucky Television, and we're at Infinity Laser here in Bardstown today with the owner and operator, Tina Simpson.
I'm here today because I want to let everybody know what we have.
We've got lots to look at.
Yes, we do. I'm in the Botox room. In a minute, we're going to go in the laser room, but I can't get everything with the laser. So I have the little frown lines, you know, the little 11s that everybody gets. Girl, I had tried, and I've tried, and I tried again. I could not get it. Well, guess what? I came upon Chantel. Chantel's my Botox lady, and she does a fabulous job. So I'm going to let her talk a little bit more about it, but she really does. We tried to get rid of those lines, and we finally did it. So she's your lady.
Botox is a wonderful neurotoxin that actually helps to reduce the fine lines and wrinkles on the face. We can use Botox in a multitude of areas to include the 11s that sometimes people get, even the 111s. Sometimes people complain of the forehead lines. We can help reduce those. And then the crow's feet area, we have just gotten approved Botox has just gotten approved to help reduce those lines there. There's other little places that we can do Botox, help with smokers' lines. We can reduce some bunny line wrinkles in the nose. But Botox lasts approximately 3 to 4 months. It's a very tiny needle that gets injected.
It doesn't hurt at all.
Doesn't hurt at all.
No.
Sometimes we have to have a little bit of pain to get a lot of gain from things. So it's a very quick procedure. Sometimes we can do it while you're on your lunch break, right before you go pick up kids from soccer. Just in and out, we can get you taken care of. And even if we just need to do a consult at first, we can tell you what we anticipate pricing to be and look at other avenues that you can explore. We also do the laugh lines there. Tina has those because she laughs so much. But we help those keep to a subtleness. We want you to still look like you normally look. We just want you to look softer as you grow older. So this
the big 5-0 just hit me.
So this derma filler lays right underneath the skin. You see the results immediately. And we tend to focus on the areas around the mouth to help those soften up just a little bit. And that's a little bit longer of a process, but the needle doesn't hurt. It's just like the Botox, and it actually has some numbing in it to help reduce some of the pain now. And your downtime with both of these things are very minimal. You can go on with your daily activities after you leave here, and many times no one notices that you had something done, except that you look a little softer and rested.
And fabulous.
And then we have a new product, Voluma. It's a product of Allergan's. It's also a derma filler, and this goes into the cheeks to help augment those cheeks, to help reduce some of the lines down around the mouth, to bring up those cheek augmentations, and that lasts approximately 2 years, whereas some of our derma fillers around our mouth last about a year. So we get a little bit better product with that, but just the right position and where we need to put this product.
This is Yvonne, and we're in the laser room at Infinity Laser, and Tina is now in her element. This is what she does.
This is where Tina spends all of her time. This is what I like doing. I have 2 different lasers. Once again, I have one for your skin type, and I have one for my skin type, so I can do any skin type. You can be tanned, and you're going to come about every 6 weeks, and I'm going to do the hair. And as you can see, this is my wonderful husband. I have lasered this man from head to toe, so men, they get their hair done also. No hair. No, I haven't done his legs. Anyway, but what you're going to come about once every 6 weeks. I do 10 treatments. I start you out at like a lower setting, and then as the hair gets thinner, then I bump it up, and then my goal is to get anywhere from 80 to 90% of the hair. Once the hair starts getting lighter and finer, I can't get that light hair or the gray hair. Can't get it, you know, like if guys, if their chest hair, if it starts getting gray, then I can't get that. Or women, like on their chin, they get that white hair. I can't get that. But now, ladies, if you have dark hair on your lip and chin and you want that gone, I can get rid of that. Underarms is my favorite area. I do legs, I do bikinis, I do arms. I do sun damage on your arms. That's another whole area that's not hair removal.
Now, how do you determine which machine you're going to use?
Yeah, the Fitzpatrick scale. I ask you a series of questions on the Fitzpatrick, and then that's what but I can pretty much tell when you come in what laser I'm going to do on you, because if I have any question, like if somebody comes in, they'll go, I'm not tan. I'm not tan. Now, If I'm worried about it at all, then I'm going to do a test spot. So I'll do a test spot on them, and then they'll come back in a week, and then we'll go from there as to whether or not what settings I use.
Okay. And will the number of visits depend on the area that you're going to have done?
No, I do 10 visits regardless.
Okay.
And you know, some women, like when I do their lip and chin, they don't need a full 10 treatments. But the lip and the chin is the hardest area to do on most women because it's a hormonal thing and they keep producing that hair, so we can help to maintain it. But
Now, what about men? What's the toughest part on guys?
on guys, they're pretty good because you got to think that hair is thick and coarse.
Yes.
So I can pretty much get that hair. Do I get all of it? No. When it gets down to that lighter, finer hair, once again, it's gone. But you got to think they went from a very hairy back to think about 80 to 90% of their hair gone. Okay. So that's what I do on the guys.
Okay. Now, how long will a treatment take? If I come in for a treatment, my first treatment, how long would that take?
If you did your chin, 10 minutes. If you did your legs, an hour, something like that. When I do like the full bikini, that you do feel it. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't hurt, but I do numb you, and it feels like somebody's just taking a rubber band and just smacking you. But the most of it is you're laying here numbing. So if you numb for 45 minutes, and even better is an hour, if you numb, then you don't feel it as much. You're going to feel it when I do it on the bikini, but it does a great job. And then the other thing that I do in this room is I do skin tightening. That's for the fine lines and wrinkles. I have 2 different lasers that I can use for that one. First, I have the YAG, and that is also the one that I do the hair removal on the darker skin type. But for the fine lines and wrinkles, I just use a different setting, and that also numbs because that you feel it. It hurts more than the hair removal does. It's nothing that you can't handle because of the results. You get some fabulous results. Yes. So if you want to get rid of some fine lines and wrinkles, that's what you're going to do there. Now, with that being said, I've got a new laser, which is my Fraxel laser. I still numb you. Not everybody needs to be numb, but what I like to do, I want you as comfortable as can be. So I put some numbing cream on them, wait 45 minutes, and then I laser them. That way I can get a better job. Sure. Just like on Mindy, when she's doing the permanent makeup, if you get your lips numb, you're going to lay there and you're going to let her do those lips better because it's not hurting. That's the same thing with my Fraxel machine. If I numb you, I can go over you and I can get you the way that I want. The other thing that I talked a little bit about is sun damage. If you got sun damage on your arm, that little spot right there I'm getting on myself, I can do your full arms and get rid of the sun damage. I used to have freckles on my face. I don't have freckles no more. I got rid of them. So if you have sun damage on your face, we can get rid of that also. Oh, the other thing that I almost forgot about is spider veins. I cannot do the varicose veins, but if you got the little spider veins on your legs, or some people get them on their face, around their nose, or on their cheeks, I can get those also. So
there's nothing you can't do in this room.
Baby, we try.
You perform miracles in here.
Yes, I do. And this is where I like to spend my time, is in this room doing this work. So yeah, it's great.
We look forward to seeing you at Infinity Laser.